Greetings. Stormy Seas here for another SSDD World of Warships gameplay video. Today we're going to go a little bit off the beaten path and we're going to run a Russian cruiser. Now, you're probably going to ask me why, knowing that I love to play the battleships. Well, it's simple. The British battleships just dropped today. And I'm kind of wanting to see what they can take from a cruiser. I haven't played one yet. I went ahead and got it. The Bellerophon, not exactly sure of the pronunciation. It'll probably take me a dozen times with the correct pronunciation to remember it. So we're going to take the Svietlana out. We're talking a decent cruiser. She's got 130 millimeter guns and 15 of them to boot. She's one of those ships, much like if you've seen our Dresden video, and if not, I suggest you watch it. She is literally bristling with these guns. They're all around, and not to mention, we have torpedoes. That's right, torpedoes. They move at 5 kilometers distance, 52 knots, so they're very slow. We have 4 triple launchers, that's 2 on each side, so that give us a total of 6 torpedoes per side. She's meant, it looks like, to be able to quickly dispatch those torpedoes by running away and into a zigzag pattern. As you're running away, you can fire off one side and then cut to the other way and fire off the torpedoes on the other side. That particular move is called kiting, and that's when you are fighting a running away battle, but it's not actually running away. It's all in the plans to do the most damage to the opponent without taking a lot of damage yourself. Not to mention, you're always harder to hit moving away from the opponent than what you are moving into them. It's easier to calculate the distances and where they need to fire to hit you. Looks like we jumped right in. Let's see what we're dealing with here. They've got the destroyer advantage. We seem to have... What do we have better than them? It looks like we've got the cruiser advantage, so that's good. Destroyers are sunk by cruisers most of the time. Alright, it's raining out. We're going to see what this little darling has. And off we go. It's been a long while since I've played this ship. I very much enjoy the Russian cruisers out of any of the cruiser lines. They are just fantastic ships. Better than any cruiser line in my humble opinion. The guns are fast. Their reload is just astronomical in most cases, about 8 seconds. When you get to the Kirov of level 5, they up the guns to the 180 millimeter and it takes approximately 12 seconds to fire. But then it appears that the Russian government decided to go back to the 150s instead of the 180s and the 8-second firing arrangement, and I like that so much better. 8 seconds, that's a fast reload time. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 7 guns on at this level. We're going to head out west and see what we can get into. We want to make sure that we've got heavy explosives loaded. With these lower tier ships, unless you're firing at another cruiser, the armor piercing just isn't going to go through, say, the armor of a battleship. It's just too thick unless you hit him in the sweet spot. And for that, you're going to have to know where that spot is at and be able to accurately drop your shells right on target. we're kind of going in blind against these British battleships. I don't know what they can take. I don't know what they can do yet. Alright. I think we found a test subject out there. Boom. Why are you crossing in front of me? Alright, that's a cruiser. Let's fight this cruiser if we can. As you can tell, from time to time I flip to my desktop. That's because I run double screens, and sometimes when I get on the edge of my main screen, it pops me on over to the other one. Alright, that's a Wyoming. Alright, well, we'll shoot at the Wyoming too, of course. But I was really hoping for one of the British battleships. I'd like to see that. Wyoming's got to be moving about. Because of the hang time of these shells, we're going to put them about 5.5, 5 3/4. Okay. Get a little closer. And we're going to start our pinwheel here. Which means we are turning around. We are simply spinning around. That's all we're doing, is spinning. And letting our guns fire as they come on. That Wyoming is a very slow ship. And he's cutting away now. We'll go back up high. Cutting away. I would love to start a couple fires on this guy. Looks like he's started a fire on us. We're gonna have to put that out. I don't know if that destroyer's close, but I'm reactivating sonar just to see. There we go, we got a fire on him. Yeah, flip around here and I don't know where I am. Okay. That is a British ship. They're slow like the American ships. Oh, we got hit very hard indeed. We've got a fire going and he eliminated one of our guns. Alright. Try to dodge this stuff. We're gonna use this island the best we can. Yeah, and here come the planes. And we're on fire again. And here come the torpedo bombers. We're gonna... Oh. And that's it for us there. Let's see what we can find to follow. This is the level 5 battleship, the Iron Duke. Two of them together. He's burning. He's taking a lot of damage. PJC-11. You have served well, sir. FDR gunner has just fired off. These two are probably in a clan together. Or if they're not, my hat's off to them because they're working well together. They're staying off of each other, keeping their noses pointed to the enemies. Combining firepower, and that's what's important. They may be a little bit exposed right here. We're gonna stay with PJC 11, and we just want to see what happens to them. They've lost 4 ships, we've lost 2, so we have a bit of a point advantage. No one has anybody else's caps yet, so the points will continue to add up on a regular unless more ships are blown up. And this guy is absolutely taking a beating, and he has just blown up. Here's a fresh Orion. The Orion is level 4, so this one comes right before the Iron Duke. He's steaming in there. He is as yet undamaged. Let's get on somebody else who's a little closer. We'll follow the Königsberg for a moment. He is at present engaging these airplanes who just bombed him. There's also an allied fighter squadron up there helping out. Cruisers generally have very good anti-aircraft. And then the high-level battleships do as well. He's firing over the mountain at that Iron Duke. Very good. Six guns to the rear. This is a kiting type boat as well. 3 barrels to the front. He's not going to be able to fire these guns, all of them, if he's shooting forward, but that's okay. He's still got 6 shells going on. He's using heavy explosive. Player, a whole bunch of numbers. I'm not even going to try. It's not worth it. That's a lot of numbers. Our team appears to be closing in at present on their cap zone. And they've gotten hits on his aircraft carrier. Oh, that is fantastic. You know what? I think we need to go over there and see where these shots are landing. It looks like he took a rough hit. And blew him up. Outstanding. The aircraft carriers, unless they use a special consumable, are not going to be able to launch their planes if their deck is on fire. That's just pretty standard with aircraft carriers of any kind. There appear to be some bombers left and a few torpedo planes with no home to go to once their mission is done. Allied fighter planes engaging. And they missed us. And the bombers are done. Let's see what the Königsberg does next. Bring himself around these islands here. He's trying to maintain a little bit of concealedness there so he isn't taking hits, but yet he can keep popping around and delivering. Fortunately, the battleships are tanking most of the damage. They've got themselves out further than most I've seen. We have a battleship moving to the front, and I kind of want to stick with him. He's stationary. He's in an Orion. That is the level 4 British battleship. He's reversing his engines because he's too far out. He's facing down an Iron Duke, which is a level above. He's facing down... What is that? Is that a Myogi? That is a German, or a Japanese battleship. The Karlsruhe and an Omaha. Both cruisers. Yeah, he's taking a lot on here, and he's going to really need some help from the rest of the guys. Nice. Good solid hits there, Crush Factor 9. Very good. And the fires took the American cruiser out. Torpedoes coming around. Those had to have come from the American cruiser. And he's getting ready to fight with, it looks like, the Orion. He's going to fight his counterpart while everybody else is hammering the Iron Duke. I don't know. In his situation, I don't think it's going to much matter. He's going to take too many hits. There we go. We have a fresh Orion, or a relatively fresh Orion. He's coming around this corner now. And he's going to pick up where the last player left off. He's going after that Iron Duke and that Orion, and it looks like right now he's going to focus in on that Orion. Personally, I would try to secure the kill on that Iron Duke. He might blow up. There you go. Good choice. He's saving the rest of his guns for the Orion. Now, if he can sink or damage the Orion enough to make him run, there's a good chance that he could cut up north and take the cap zone. It looks like he's going to try to focus in on this Myogi. Full broadside. That's 10 guns. Hit him. Did some damage. Seems to be moving along pretty well. So far, what I see is the British ships seem to take a fair amount of damage. The gun seems to be relatively accurate, and the spread pattern isn't too bad. Now, he just really smacked that Myogi hard. And he's burning. The Myogi is burning, so he's pretty much done for. The Iron Duke is still burning. That's 2 battleships that are going to be gone for the other side. Spotter plane in the air. Who's firing at him? 548 to 348 is the other Orion. We have the ship advantage. Apparently there's no need to cap then. All we have to do is destroy 2 more ships. Good, he's landing hits on that cruiser, because that cruiser can keep the fires going, and he'll just keep him burning all day long. Secondary guns are opening up. I don't expect them to be very good or very accurate at this level, and there's not many of them. Not bad hits, but being this close, I'm surprised he didn't Citadel him. There we go. Took out his magazine. Good job, R. Woody, 1964. Very good job. Now you have an Orion staring you down, and you're hurting, buddy. All I can say is hats off. My hat's off to you. That was a good fight, and I hope you did well on points on this one. We're back to our Königsberg. He's barely here. He's trying to set the Orion on fire. Which that's continuous damage. Our aircraft carrier has launched planes. So let's go to him and let's see. 2 planes left. And it looks like they missed. You can see the anti-aircraft going off. It looks like he took down one. They have 1 plane left. And they will come back and land on the Langley aircraft carrier. Tashi Uchiha, obviously a Naruto fan. Awesome, so am I. I'm a Naruto fan. I don't think there's a whole lot going on now. I think our battleship is capping this, and he can't even see. I don't think he can even see anybody to shoot at. This is the Kaiser. Viator Rex. Viator Rex. He's burning, but he should be alright. Now you can kind of see how I was describing that a lot of the earlier ships had those center turrets. This one is unusual in the fact that both turrets can cover both sides of the ship, though they are somewhat limited in their arc due to the superstructure of the ship. Usually the superstructure would separate them and you'd have one turret on one side and one on the other. Right now it's just a game of points. Let's go check out this Orion. And our carrier captain is persistent. And he's disappeared. Time is up, and it is a by the points win. Not exactly sure where we're going to come out on this one. We got 20,468 points and ended up with 47 target hits with 3 fires that were set. I'm not going to say that's the best, but it's not the worst either. We are in a cruiser, so the points are going to be lower. 899 experience points, 45,476 coin, and in the team scores, yep, we scored out there pretty low. Third to last place. You get a lot of that in cruisers, though. They don't tend to last very long. You're expected to kill the enemy destroyers, burn their battleships, and sink the other cruisers as well. You'll see that most of the ships at the top are the battleships, and that's just the story of it. Their highest score hit us about midway, 1258 for us, 870 for them at the top of the list. It was a decent battle. I think we did our part, but we didn't do enough. I'm just going to have to keep that in mind, though. It's easy to die in a cruiser. It really is. You got to be out there in front of them. And we did a little bit of damage to the Wyoming, so yeah, gonna consider it okay. Probably most of it was to fires. This is Stormy Seas, man, for SSDD Plays. I hope you enjoyed this one. It was a little different. And be sure to give us a like, maybe even a subscribe, and keep an eye out for Dirty Dan. He's going to be coming out with some videos really soon. Thanks for watching. Take care. Stormy out.